Hi, my name is Brianna Dick from Pack Leader Help, and today I'm going to be talking about multi-dog households. What we usually get is, hey, I have multiple dogs, but this one dog is the problem. This is our problem child. No other issues, just this one dog. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It's probably not that dog that's the problem. What we see at PLH more likely than not is all the dogs have problems, or your other dog does have issues unless it's like 15 years old on its way out, but their issues are a lot less, they don't inconvenience you as much as these new dogs or the other dog's problems. So owners tend to focus on the other dog, who maybe that dog's dealing with reactivity, but then the other dog they have is dealing with severe fear and they're shut down. So they don't necessarily react, but they're dealing with other severe behavioral problems, but again, they're just a little bit more controlled, so we tend to focus on that one who seems more out of control. But they're equally as bad. We need to address both of those, and that's why when we're working in a multi-dog household, there is no such thing as just training that one dog. It's training the human behind those dogs to understand inner household dynamics. Why does this one dog act this one way and the other dog acts another way? More likely than not, if your other dog, maybe say it's your first dog, that first dog was good despite you, not because of you. And then we get this other dog who has the same, no rules, no boundaries, no structure, no information, and they are just going buck wild. They have reactivity or aggression, or they're jumping on people. They're not crate trained. They have separation anxiety. They're scared of things, whatever it might be. That's because your first dog did okay with little to no information, and this new dog coming in really needs that structure that most dogs do. So if you're dealing with a multi-dog household, more likely than not, both of those dogs need and deserve training. It's just that the other dog's problems are a little bit more inconvenient to you. And that doesn't mean you have to or you should focus on just that dog. I also see another pairing I see a lot of is a dog who's nervous, reactive, and the dog who's overexcited, happy-go-lucky. And that overexcited dog, who's just as out of control, pulls on leash, jumps on people, barks at the window, they seem fine because it's like, oh, well, they're just happy. They're just excited to see people and other dogs. And then this other dog who's dealing with like insecurity and reactivity, they're like, that's the problem child. Well, what happens when you have a pairing like that, which I see this very often, is that whatever that insecure dog, that one who's reactive and insecure, whatever they're feeling, that happy-go-lucky, excited dog adds to it by 10. Meaning, if they were already a little bit nervous about that person coming in or that dog on the walk, this overexcited dog is building their intensity about whatever that is. So I see that pairing a lot, but either way, both the dogs have to be addressed. All the dogs have to be addressed. Whether you think it's a minor issue or you think it's a major issue, it's all an issue. There's nothing small in dog training. This just goes to your relationship. If you can't handle, like say for hypothetical, if there is something small that's going awry in your relationship with your dog or their behavior, if it's small, why not address it, right? If it's small, why can't you handle it then? So when people are like, well, it's not that big of a deal to me. Okay, if it's not that big of a deal, then handle it, change it, address it. So in a multi-dog household, everybody's got to be on the same page. Both the dogs learn from each other. When you have one dog who, again, is probably the more insecure, reactive one, this is what we usually see, but this could be applied to any behavioral issue. You see the one who's insecure, reactive, and we sort of ignore the overexcited, like pushy one. They're both learning from each other. Both the dogs start to understand that the human is not in control. The human doesn't give enough information, regardless of whether it's the one who's more of the problem child or more of the problem child versus the one who seems a little bit easier. That's just my 2 cents on multi-dog households. Everybody's got to be on the same page.